How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Film Nerd Reviews channel. Welcome to another video on the Film Nerd Reviews channel. We banned again, I know. I'll do it as many times as I want to. It's my fucking channel, fuck you. And before we start, I just want to wish everyone watching this video a very Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on the 24th of December, so, well, actually, no, I'm not, that's a lie. It's currently the 14th of December. I want to get this done nice and early, but you know, as this video will be officially shown on the 25th of December, I want to wish everyone watching this video a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Christmas is a wonderful time, and with that comes wonderful movies, and the movie we're talking about today is without a doubt my personal favourite Christmas movie of all time, The Polar Express. Now this movie is just so magical in so many ways. There's so many brilliant scenes. Hot chocolate, that's one of my favourite scenes in this whole movie. I love the hot chocolate sequence. I just, I think the way the characters are portrayed, and I think specifically the one that is very, very easy to talk about in that circumstance in terms of how it's portrayed.
Lights are gleaming far across the snow. You're not dreaming. May I present the North Pole? If it's penguins you expect of you, you surely haven't guessed. They all live down at the other end. With a little luck, we'll be on time. There's no need to stress.
But yeah, it's just like one specific character to talk about is the hobo, which is a character that has his interesting theories behind it, but I think as a whole the movie's fantastic. The CGI, well, not CGI, but the animation, well, it is almost CGI in a way, but the animation used for the characters and the motion capture stuff is fantastic. It was, if you don't know, the movie was completely shot in motion capture. The performances were mo-capped. 90% of the characters were mo-capped by one Tom Hanks, and then some people came in and voice overed it in post-production and that. But Tom Hanks himself voiced a few characters, including Father Christmas, most notably the conductor, as well as Father Christmas, the father of the family, the family's father, and the hobo as well. So a couple. The film was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who, if you don't know, directed one of the other greatest movies of all time, or a trilogy of greatest movies of all time, Back to the Future, which we will be talking about very soon on the channel. I promise you. As soon as I get all these TV stuff out of the way, it's movies, 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 movies. But yeah, The Polar Express is such a special movie for me. It's so meticulously well crafted. The score by Alan Silvestri is one of my most recognisable movie soundtracks of all time. I can recommend it like that in an instant. That's really, really good, But at the same time, I also recognise that the movie itself is very... I have to admit, there's some elements of the script that are weaker in places, and there's some stuff that you can't really, like, as an adult, going back and watching it, there's some stuff that you're like, well, how was the train tracks there? How do they get to, how was the train tracks laid all the way from this person's house in America all the way to the North Pole? How many places did they stop? Did they stop in different countries and stuff like that? Obviously, it would, you know what I mean? But as an adult, you say those things, but then when you fall back on it and have, at least for me personally, the nostalgia that I have for this movie, you step back and you just go, well, all that stuff goes out the window because it's a fucking brilliant movie. There's so many quotable lines here, that whole hot chocolate scene, which the music will play soon but not straight away, is one of my favourite scenes in any movie. It's so memorable, and the song's brilliant too. I think the cast of characters this movie has are brilliant, and our main character's not even got a name, it's just Hero Boy. I love a lot of the characters have the token female, the token other, the token shy male, there's a lot of token characters here, but at the same time I think that reflects on the film's nature as well, and the film's themes of you have to believe, and I think it's just such a wholesome family epic movie that you know, it's brilliant. It's a movie that I was, you know, luckily I was able to catch a screening of it recently at my local cinema. They put Christmas movies up all the time, loads of them, and I was hoping they put Polar Express up, and they did. So as soon as I saw that, I took me and my buddy, we both went to see it, and you know, it's a great movie to watch on the TV, but it's certainly quite something when you watch it. Like I said, the music here is so magical and so Christmas feeling that I love it so much. It's just so perfectly just, you know, it's so perfectly grounded, you know, and I love it for that reason. And for that reason, I think, you know, it's such a special film to me personally because of how many times I've seen it as every day at Christmas. This movie, we would watch this movie, you know, me, my mum, my grandma, myself, we would all sit around and we'd watch this movie. And The Wizard of Oz as well was another one that we watched, and I used to be terrified of the witch in The Wizard of Oz, but this movie was the one that made me, like, we watched that and then I'd be really scared at the end of The Wizard of Oz, and my mum would go, so right now we're gonna put the Polar Express on now, and I was like, Polar Expressy Polar. But yeah, it's a very, putting upon here, steam-fueled movie. It's a movie that really pushes itself into being Christmassy. It's got a, like, I do love the scene when they get to the North Pole. One of my favourite scenes is when they get to the North Pole and they get their detached train car, and all that sort of like side plot is fucking brilliant. I love the music there, the sound wise in that scene as well, where the use of the continually following the music, and obviously with the bell as well, is so beautiful. I don't know. I love the sound design in this movie as well. I think there's a lot of scenes that have no score to it, and there's a lot of scenes that have all the score to it, and I think both are just as good as each other, you know. And it's inspired me to do some music as well. Like, I do music myself, so it's inspired me to make some nice pieces based off it. But it's such a intricately made movie, and it's such a specially crafted movie. It's a one-of-a-kind movie, really. Whereas Back to the Future is this fantastic tale of these people coming together and, you know, going different places and perfectly told. This is the story of a child believing in something, and I think that's what resonates quite well with this movie. It is fantastic. It's just so, I love the interior design of the train as well. It's really, really cool. Obviously, it's based off of a book. I've never read the book, but I know it's based off of a book. How much of it is based off of the book, I couldn't tell you. That's because, like I said, I never read the book. And if the book is if it's a one-to-one rendition of the like, if the movie and the book are identical, then I would really love to read the book, because I would love to see how the author did those things. But I don't think it's a one-to-one of the book. But hey, I might get around to read the book one day. Another bit I like about this movie, again, it's the same scene where they get lost, where they go, the train carriage gets detached and stuff, they get lost and they have to go all the way through this bouncy bit, they find the presents, go down the slide thing, all that sequence from the moment the whole sequence, really, it's a very, very long, it's like the last end of the movie, the sequence. It's a sequence that goes from when they get the back car detached all the way to when they come down they come down Santa's bag of presents. They slide down it. That entire sequence is just so brilliantly crafted in the visuals department, and also in the script as well, and also the sound as well, and how that whole sequence comes together. And another sequence that's brilliant is almost like, I call it the roller coaster sequence. It's a sequence in the movie where our three main characters, the conductor, hero boy, and hero girl, are on the front of the train, and it's going full speed really fast. And as an avid fan of theme parks, if you don't know that, you check out the second channel and stuff. As an avid fan of theme parks, it's a really, obviously that's another scene where the adult brain kicks in and say, but that's not how trains work. Trains can't go vertically down and vertically up, and I think there's a problem where they do a loop and stuff. The trains can't do that, but then the child mind comes in and says, oh, but that doesn't matter because it's such a fantastic movie, you know. It's such a brilliantly crafted movie that you let those things slip aside, and that's the best part about this movie. I think it's absolutely genuinely insane. I know a lot of people think that Home Alone is the best Christmas movie, and I do like Home Alone. In a couple of years' times, I will cover Home Alone 1 and 2 as the Christmas special 2023, because I know what I'm doing for 2022 Christmas special. But yeah, I just think this movie is just something special, something you don't see very often, something so unique. But that's coming from someone who's seen this movie upwards of 20 times. That's once a year, and I'm 18 at the moment, so once a year, and then a couple other times during the year, upwards of 20 times watching this movie every single year. It's a Christmas edition for me, alongside like no, it's just a fantastic movie. Like I said, the music here and the songs used as well. There's original songs, stuff like this song, Hot Chocolate, Polar Express song, which you heard at the beginning. There's also a song called Believe, but I'm not using that here because I don't think it fits this review very well. But yeah, and there's another song you heard in a minute called Rockin' on Top of the World, which is one of my favourite songs ever. But yeah, it's just a movie that is so meticulously well crafted. It is just, I love all that. Generally, the CGI that they use for all the characters looks like really brilliant. Like the animation CGI stuff they use for the characters for 2004, it looks bloody brilliant, bloody brilliant. As well as the original score and the original songs as well. There's also other songs, you know, like Rockin' on the Christmas Tree. Not Rockin' on the Christmas Tree, but there's a Frank Sinatra rendition of let me see the word. Let me see the thing. Of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. There is Winter Wonderland, White Christmas is on the album as well, Silver Bells, Here Comes Santa Claus, Deck the Halls, Frosty the Snowman, all that stuff. There is obviously the soundtrack was released all the way back in 2004. It's nearly an hour long, the whole soundtrack, so it's kind of mad. But yeah, it's a movie that has a really good soundtrack. I can't lie about that one. I do love the soundtrack here. But yeah, it's just a meticulous movie that is so well just it's a very special movie to me personally. I have so many memories with this movie. I just think it's fucking brilliant, and it's a movie that for years I've only owned on DVD. And if you know me, like, I love my Blu-ray, so owning it only on DVD was a sin. This is the year I bought it on Blu-ray. Owning it on DVD for years was a sin. I have it on Blu-ray right here. I bought it on Blu-ray very recently this year actually, and I watched it this time on Blu-ray. I got it from HMV, which is a British movie store. It's formerly, what HMV stands for, His Master's Voice. It was a record label as well, but it got changed into a movie and TV store. But yeah, it has this lovely special HMV festive collection sleeve, which is nice, and then it has the original Blu-ray, which I seem to. Here's just a little side tangent about Blu-rays, because I couple of Blu-rays now that are of older films that have clearly been reprinted, and they reprint them in the newer Blu-ray cases, so it looks like you've got them back. Obviously, the one we talk about here, I bought Polar Express. I've also got the original Rise of the Foot Soldier on Blu-ray, and they obviously reprint them with the new Blu-ray cases that are thinner. Shit, that are thinner than the old ones. So it's not so much a problem for Polar Express because it's cool, but I've got my Rise of the Foot Soldier collection 1 through 5 on Blu-ray, and we've got 5 and 1, which both have the new kind of Blu-ray look to them, and then the others that don't have that is kind of just like when you print out, just try and keep it nice. Like the same thing. Where I've got Doom Patrol Season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Season 1 Blu-ray has the old BBFC logo and the old Blu-ray case design. Season 2 has the new Blu-ray case design and the new BBFC logo. It's really, that's just consistency for me. But I think, like I said, this movie is utterly fantastic. It is so meticulous, and its crafting is just out of this world. And I think literally as a film on its own, it's something special, but when you add the childlike nostalgia of it, the fantastic CGI, the brilliant score, the great just complete feel of the movie, it is so good. And it's a movie that I personally will be showing to my kids, and hopefully they show to their kids, because it's a very special movie for me, and I want everyone to watch this movie. If you watch one movie at Christmas this year, let it be The Polar Express, please, because the amount of just brilliantness in this movie is just understated, and I just think it's really it's just fun. Okay, leave me alone. It's very, it's just something so, like, as a concept, it's really cool, and I think the way it's adapted from book to screen is fantastic too. But yeah, it's just, you know, a fantastic movie. So thanks for watching the first review of the Film Nerd Reviews banner that this channel's now under. I've got lovely new logos and stuff, and the extra channel, I might just delete the Stream Archive channel, I can't lie, but just leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Just a few, you know, house cleaning things I've got to say before I go. That is, obviously, we've got the next set of reviews coming out, which will be Rise of the Foot Soldier. Well, actually, no. By the time you see this video, those will be out, so I'm not going to talk about that. But in fact, by the time this video is out, a couple of these releases will be out. So I'm just going to go. In fact, I've got music coming out. By the time you watch this video, at the time of recording, there's still there's a couple of releases left in the year. You've got at the time of recording, there's 5 singles left that I'm producing in the year. But by the time this comes out on the 25th, there will just be 2 left, and those are Rainforest, which drops on the 26th of December 2021 on Boxing Day, so do check that out. Midnight Boxing on midnight, on the 26th, it drops on the 26th, and then on the 31st, we're having the first single from my album, Splash Landings, drop. Now, obviously, I'm doing an album. It's called Alton. It's an album, basically, of music that I made that's inspired by Alton Towers Resort. I couldn't have it any other way. It was going to be that. It's just basically a 12-track album of music that I think is inspired by the resort. The track that I think is the most inspired by the resort is again, the last one, called Splash Landings. The others have just like what I feel like best describes them, but not all of it. Very just much crafted in love and in vain of those rides. So yeah, please do stream that out, support the album. Also, while I'm here, someone else's album coming out will be out by the time this video's out, and that's my not my dear friend, but my friend Leon Tai is dropping his album first, so please do check that out on December 19th. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. The Polar Express is a fucking brilliant movie. Go and fucking watch it right fucking now. Yeah, bye bye for now. More reviews coming next year, and like I said, if you want to know when I'm doing all those other very epic reviews, check below. And yeah, bye bye for now.